Alright, in this video I'm going to show how to use the potentials feature of the recruiting tool. So in the last video that I made, I had sent out 45 AC scouts to the 45 guys that I had flagged. Now I've got, my inbox is full of messages back from these guys. I haven't looked at any of them yet. And my potentials column is still full of zeros. But as soon as I process potentials, these will be filled up with 3s, 2s, maybe a couple 1s, hopefully a 4. A 4 would be sky's the limit. So I'd love to get some of those. So if I go to options potentials, I'll show you how this works. So these are the sentences that show up in the messages that come back from the recruits that tell you what the potential is of those recruits. It's widely accepted that there's basically 4 levels of potential, so I have them numbered 1 through 4. The most common ones are the 3s and 2s. You'll occasionally see a 4, you'll occasionally see a 1, but most of them are 3s and 2s. And so normally you would have to go through all of these messages one by one and then manually figure out which one of these sentences is in there, and then just keep track of, well, that recruit is a 2 or that recruit is a 3. But I've set up the recruiting tool to take care of this for you. This configuration here is in the default config.ini. You can come in here and change it. You can add more if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure I have most all of them for the AC scouts. There may be some that I'm missing for the head coach scouts. But you should be good to go with just what's in the default config.ini. Alright, so I'm going to go to data, grab messages, and it gives me a little pop-up here. It's important to know that this checkbox here, grab old messages, it's not checked by default. So by default, what this tool will do is it'll come in here and it'll look for all of the unread messages, so all the ones where it's green, basically. And it'll open those up, it'll know what player it's for, and then it'll look for one of those configured sentences. If for some reason, let's say I actually do come in here and read some of these, the tool won't pick those up by default then, later on. So the way to make the tool pick those up is to check this box, grab old messages. That's also useful if for some reason you lose your season file and you have to come in brand new and you want to refill in all the potentials of your recruits. You'd want to make sure you check that box so that it grabs the old messages as well. So I'm not going to grab that box because I haven't looked at any of my messages, so I'm just going to hit the button. So what this is doing is it's actually logging into my inbox page, and it's starting to grab all of the messages that I have not read. Now I said that there is 45 AC scouts that I sent out, but there's actually more messages than that, and that's because I had some messages from when the season started and the end of last season that I hadn't read. Alright, so it's done grabbing messages. Now, this is kind of something that confuses people, is you actually have to hit the search/refresh button to get these to update. Just to clarify what I'm looking at here, I'm looking at my flag list, and I've already updated my recruits. I went to data, download, update recruits to get the latest considering information. So you can see that there's actually a couple of these recruits that are considering real coaches now, like this one. I think I've got a few considering me. Yeah. So somewhere I've got 3 recruits considering me. That's what that 3 is for. Alright, so I'm going to hit search refresh, and then this potentials column should just fill up. Awesome. So I got 3s and 2s. I'm going to go ahead and sort by it. I hope I get a 4. No 4s. So I did not find any sky's the limit players. See if I got any 1s. No 1s. I did get a 0 though. That means that I must be missing one of the sentences. if you mouse over, see if I can get this to work. Yeah, there we go. If you mouse over the number, it will show you the actual sentence that made them get that 2 or 3. If I mouse over the 0, yeah, it just wasn't able to find anything. Another piece with this messages that not many people know about is anytime that there's any message tied to a player, I actually save that. And you can find those by clicking on the player's name. It opens up this window where it will show you all the messages you ever got from that player. So here's the message that I got from that player. So this guy that's a 0, I'm going to go ahead and open him up. He's worked pretty hard these past couple of years and he's about reached his potential. So I'm pretty sure he's actually a 1. So that's a sentence that I'm missing in the configuration. Alright, so now my recruiting strategy would be to target the 3s. And if I don't have enough 3s, I'm probably going to go look for more guys so I can get more 3s. I generally don't like taking 2s, especially when I'm trying to rebuild a school like what I'm doing now. So and also these numbers that show up here, those are saved now. I can close this down and open it back up and they'll still be there. It's very handy, you know, a couple seasons from now, if I want to go look back at all of the recruits that I actually got and figure out what their potential was at the time. It's nice to be able to come back and look at that. But that right there should be enough to show you how to use the potentials feature, and it will save you tons and tons of time.